G'day guys, welcome back to the True Footy YouTube channel. As the BBL13 season has officially kicked off with a game tonight between the Brisbane Heat and the Melbourne Stars. We tuned into it live on the live stream here on True Footy, and we saw the Brisbane Heat absolutely put Melbourne Stars to the sword. As far as 2020s go, you couldn't really get too much more one-sided. The Brisbane Heat batted first, scored 214, and then bowled out the Melbourne Stars in 15 overs for a total score of 111. The 214 was largely engineered by Colin Munro, who made a fantastic 99. He got stranded on 99 not out right at the end of this innings, which was a little bit heartbreaking, but he was comfortably the man of the match. But it was a very well-rounded performance. Every bowler took a wicket. Swepson was probably the pick of the bowlers with 3. Xavier Bartlett also did really well. But in terms of an all-round complete performance, Brisbane Heat were on their game tonight and showed a huge gap between them and the Melbourne Stars, who of course finished 8th last year. So the Melbourne Stars won the toss in this game. They decided to field, and there was a little bit of a jittery start in the first over. A couple of edges, dropped catch. Khawaja got dropped, I think it was. But the Heat sort of steadied, and they made 43 off the first 4 overs. And then at the time as well, Khawaja was commenting that the bounce of the pitch actually turned out to be a lot more even than they had previously anticipated. So it was a good batting surface. Eventually, Khawaja would fall in the 7th over for a total of 28 runs. At this point, they're about 1 for 66. So that was the first sort of sniff that the Stars had in this game, and from then the Heat kind of took the game away from them with a combination of Labuschagne and Colin Munro. They combined for a partnership of 82 runs from 45 balls. Labuschagne scored just 30 of them, but was an important anchor in that partnership. And then when he fell, there was still more contributions after around that. From Sam Billings, he made 18 off 11. Max Bryan also finished with 15 runs off 7, so a pretty good cameo innings there. But of course, the batting performance was largely down to Colin Munro scoring a fantastic 99, and unfortunately got stranded off strike with the last 3 balls. And instead of turning over singles, Bryant decided to go for the boundary, and he hit 3 fours to finish the innings, which was the right thing to do. It just meant that Munro didn't get his century. So they've made a massive total of 214, very, very formidable for the team that finished last year. It wasn't a great bowling performance from the Stars. Nathan Coulter-Nile was probably the pick of their bowlers. He took 1 for 35, still went an economy rate of nearly 9, but none of them were overly impactful. And it is also worth pointing out that Coulter-Nile also pulled up with a bit of a hamstring injury in this game. So a bit of injury to insult, I guess you could say. The Melbourne Stars innings kind of got off to a horrible start with Michael Neser striking twice in the first over. On the 3rd ball, there was an LBW review that got overturned. That was given out, and then later in that over, the last ball, Tom Rogers plays a really weird shot and gets caught behind. So they're 2 for 6 after 6 balls. There was a little bit of a resistance there from Glenn Maxwell, who we know is such a game winner and has been in fantastic form this year. He injured his forearm with, I think, the first ball that he faced, but he's kept batting, hit a few boundaries, hit some sixes. But when he fell ultimately at 3 for 49 after 6 overs, that was kind of where the resistance broke. Stoinis lasted just 3 balls thanks to a sharp catch by Usman Khawaja, and then not long after that, Burns was clean bowled by Swepson to mean the Stars were 5 for 54, and at this point just trying to make it respectable. Cartwright sort of bobbed up for a little bit of meaningless fun in hindsight. He tried hard, scored 33 off 16 balls, but when you consider no one batting below Cartwright hit double digits, this is where the Stars kind of fell apart again. Overall, they were bowled out for 111 runs. Swepson took the most wickets. He had 3 for 23, but Xavier Bartlett was arguably the pick of the bowlers. He took 2 for 8 off the 3 overs that he bowled. So it's a 103-run victory to the Brisbane Heat, and now the Melbourne Stars find themselves in the unfortunately familiar position of having to claw back some net run rate over the course of this tournament. But a couple of injury concerns, like I said, Coulter-Nile with his hamstring and Glenn Maxwell with his forearm. It was getting iced after the game. Not sure to what extent that is. Their next game is not until next Wednesday, though, when they take on the Perth Scorchers at the MCG. For the Brisbane Heat, Usman Khawaja and Labuschagne are pretty much one and done. I don't think they're going to be taking any part in the BBL for the next little bit, but their next game is against the Adelaide Strikers, which is a short turnaround. That's on Saturday in Adelaide. So anyway, guys, that is my brief summary of the game that just unfolded. I'm not too sure exactly how often I'll do this. I suppose it will depend on popularity, but either way, we're going to be streaming most games, maybe half the games even. I think the Perth Scorchers on Sunday might be the next game I do. Haven't really decided yet, but either way, I'll announce it on the channel. It's one way or another. Hope you're enjoying the content, and for now, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.